Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. I was just, well, you see, well, I definitely was not cowering in fear. Okay, so maybe Halloween hasn't always been my cup of tea. In fact, I actually dislike being scared or afraid at all, so really, it's not even my cup of spoiled milk. That being said, though, there's always been some Halloween specials that aren't really that scary at all. Like the one we're going to be talking about today. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Shoot, forgot that apple locked that deep within Bowser's final castle. Or as we call it in the real world, corporate ownership. Well, if we want to avoid media created by giant, dangerous corporate conglomerates, I guess we'll have to turn to Disney. Hey, editor's note here. This is awkward. I just found out that Disney actually is a giant corporate conglomerate. Who knew? Man, it's gonna age this part pretty badly, huh? Halloween Town was one of the first Disney Channel original movies to ever come out, dating all the way back to 1998. Yeah, I bet you feel like a fucking dinosaur right now, huh? It was also one of the first real successes for the DCOM line of movies, unless for some reason you were a fan of these films, in which case you should, probably just reconsider your entire life. Halloween Town was such a massive success that it spawned not one, not two, but 3 official sequels, each of which was worse than the last. Of course, we aren't here to talk about the sequels, we're here to talk about the one, the only, and the original Halloween Town. I drew the cover all by myself. Do you like it? Let's jump in and see if Halloween Town surprisingly holds up as a really fun Halloween special, or if it's aged as poorly as my box of Reese's Puffs that's been sitting out for 5 days with the bag wide open. Something tells me it's probably gonna be the latter. Halloween Town? That doesn't sound so scary. Starring Debbie Reynolds! Okay, now I'm spooked. The movie begins on Halloween night, as everyone is out trick-or-treating for some delicious candy. Well, everyone except for this family, apparently, who hasn't been allowed to partake in trick-or-treating their entire lives. Guess they really went ahead and predicted Halloween 2020, huh?
Look, Mom, I'm 13, okay? I'm practically a grown-up. I'm still...
Are you sure about that? You sure? 'Cause I'm 21 and I don't even know how to feed myself yet.
Well, I think it's obvious why Halloween is bad. I mean, that whole razor blade and the apple thing was an urban myth, of course. But then all that candy...
Okay, yeah, I think I've seen enough here. Fuck this kid. Something tells me he would have been good friends with Mark Zuckerberg growing up, if you're catching my drift here. So while all of the Cromwell kids are pouting that their mom really went and said, "No fun allowed," a mysterious JPEG of a bus comes down from the sky. Not sure how nobody saw that, but alright. It's here we're introduced to Aggie Cromwell, the grandmother of the family we saw earlier, along with her very magical bag that Disney threw in to flex their special effects team.
Come on.
Hey, can we hurry this up? My arms are getting tired.
Good thing she doesn't like liver, eh, dear?
Mother? Grandma!
Oh.
Did you bring us presents?
Hey, I think you might have gotten the wrong holiday there, you stupid kid.
What kind of a grandma do you think I'd be if I didn't bring you presents?
Alright, well I certainly stand corrected.
Right here in my...
So while Grandma Aggie is giving all sorts of gifts, candy, and Halloween cheer to the children, their mother Gwen is very angry about all of this for some reason. You see, the movie gives us some very subtle context that Grandma Aggie and their mother Gwen aren't exactly on the best of terms. You see, the Cromwell family extends from a long line of magical witches and warlocks from a dimension known as Halloween Town, and Gwen is hell-bent on keeping this little fact hidden from her kids, for some reason. No clue why you'd not want your kids to have magic, but whatever.
I've been thinking I'd love to have you move back home, Gwen. I mean, there's plenty of room for all of you at my house.
Mother?
And since William's passed on, there's nothing to hold you here.
Nothing has to hold me here, Mother. I like being here.
Yeah, Mom, I like being boring. Stop cramping my style, all right?
Every time you come into this house, it's chaos, and the candy and the decorations and the...
Are you, you're gonna continue there? Candy, decorations, chaotic. Got it. So Marnie ends up overhearing Aggie and Gwen arguing over whether or not the kids have the right to learn about their magical powers, which understandably is enough to justify them running away from home to follow Grandma to the magical Halloween town. I mean, I'm just saying, if my mom was a Karen, I'd run away from home too. Although in the real world, we don't call that Halloween town, we call that juvenile detention centers. Whoa, a real bus? Well, sign me up. I'm going to Halloween Town. Couldn't afford the flying effects again, huh? No, it's okay, I get it. Been there. Oh, okay, never mind. They blew the whole budget on this 2-second shot. So here we have Halloween Town, a magical land where monsters, ghouls, and apparently the elderly as well live apart from the human world. But all is not well, as an evil force is brewing to drive this movie's plot along. Oh yeah, and their youngest sibling Sophie is here too for some reason. Not sure how they didn't see her coming through all of that, but okay.
Hello there. I don't believe we've met. And that means I'm in trouble, because the mayor's supposed to know everybody.
Sophie.
What?
Sophie.
I can't hear you. I seem to have a...
You know, I can make a lot of jokes here, but I think it's just best we move on and ignore this part before we get canceled. Okay. So this suspiciously nice character is Mayor Calabar, part-time warlock and full-time hustler, and definitely not the main villain of this movie. Oh shit, guys, run away, run! So the Cromwell children finally are reunited with Aggie thanks to a very realistic skeleton taxi driver.
Sure, it's just over the river and through the woods.
But all is not usual, as Aggie is working towards a solution to fight a mysterious force that is causing people to disappear around Halloween Town.
Oh, hi, oh, my stars. How did you get here?
Yeah, you know, I feel like that isn't the appropriate response to your grandchildren literally being warped across time and space to a world full of monsters. Actually, I dare to say that was a downright inappropriate response.
What's this, Grandma?
Ah, you've discovered the witch's glass.
Yeah, not exactly hard to discover it when it's literally taking up 3/4 of the room there, Grandma.
Now the glass shows me that some evil force is at work here in Halloween Town. The worst is yet to come.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Because, you know, that Green Goblin thing there, it kind of looks, you know, pretty bad. Not sure how it could get any worse than that.
Clothes.
Old people. I take it back. It can get worse. It can always get worse.
Children.
So this goblin-looking dude is supposedly the mastermind behind the strange disappearance of a bunch of Halloween Town residents, and the only way to stop him is with this ancient talisman. Why? I don't know. Well, it looks kind of cool and shiny, so I'm not gonna question it. Of course, it only works if you pour some magic juice in it, so it's up to our heroes to save the day by...
Vampire's fang, hair of a werewolf, sweat of a ghost. I suppose we could get these ingredients in town.
Alright, sure. Shopping. Yay.
How sweet. Buying little Marley here her first broom, huh?
It's Marnie.
This is a local boy, Luke.
Maybe I could show you around sometime. Buy you an ice cream. The Abominable Snowman has a little shop down the street.
I don't know. That seems like a pretty good time to me.
I was kind of hungry, but then I smelled something stinky.
Nice guys always finish last.
So,
Ah, the face of an angel as always. So Karen, I mean Gwen here shows up to give everyone with strict parents PTSD.
training? I don't want to hear any more excuses. We are going home. You are not a witch.
But also to take the kids back to the human world forever. Considering there's almost 40 minutes of runtime left in the film still, something tells me that isn't going to be the case.
Excuse me. I am so sick of you drinking all this caffeine. You're giving me a headache here. You're upsetting my stomach.
Okay, yeah, that seems about right. So with the bus service, let's just say compromised, it looks like the only way back is through the mayor. Unfortunately for us, however, Gwen and the mayor conveniently used to be an item, meaning we have to sit through these two middle-aged lovebirds awkwardly flirt with each other.
You always did let your magic do the talking.
You used to like it.
Ew, gross, cooties, ugh. So while all of this is going on, however, let's catch back up with old Grammy, who's being bullied by Lucas for not being loved by her grandchildren?
Family trouble, huh, Grammy? Guess it's just you again.
Yeah, and I hope you die sad and alone, too. All is not what it seems, though, as Luke manipulates Grandma Aggie into going to this old abandoned movie theater to face off against the evil force terrorizing Halloween Town, who just seriously radiates 90s Power Ranger villain energy.
Welcome to my museum!
Come on, man, you don't gotta yell like that. You're in a little old movie theater. Even Grandma Aggie can use her indoor voice, so you can too, alright? Anyways, this, well, whatever this thing is, he's collecting the citizens of Halloween Town as statues in this movie theater to, I guess, look at them? I don't really know. I mean, even when directly asked what his endgame is here, he just sort of avoids the question like it's a modern presidential debate. So the two of them just kind of stand around and yell loudly at each other for a few minutes until finally some action happens. Okay, I take it back. Can we go back to when the action wasn't happening? Kind of like that better.
No! You'll be alright. Go! It's just an evil spell that freezes us.
Yeah, come on, guys. It's just your run-of-the-mill freezing spell.
Let's go!
Hey, you gonna get them, man? Nah? Okay, cool, fine, just keep standing there, whatever. So with Aggie out of commission, these three literal children decide to take matters into their own hands to take down the unnamed threat who definitely isn't Mayor Calabar, okay? I promise it's not Calabar. So what needs to be done to take him down? Well, apparently it's pretty easy. Gather the hair of a werewolf, sweat of an uncomfortably sweaty ghost, and the tooth of a vampire, and then saying some mumbo-jumbo that a 6-year-old girl memorized after hearing it one time.
What is it, Soph?
Beitima, Beitikifir, Beitikiyate.
That's it! How did you remember it, Soph?
It sounded pretty, so I made up a song for it.
Yeah, because that's how it works in real life. Wait, shit, this is a movie? Fuck, okay, never mind, forget I said anything. So you might be asking yourself, now that the talisman is fixed, what needs to happen next? Well, if you can't figure it out on your own, congratulations. You're dumber than literal children. Obviously, you gotta shove it in this giant flaming pumpkin. Of course, yes, 10 out of 10, makes sense.
You can't be serious. You're not actually thinking of going into that thing.
Yeah, Marnie, don't you remember the Great Pumpkin Wars of 1917? Alright, anyone got 4 of these? What are you doing out here?
You told me to get footage of the Great Pumpkin War.
This isn't what I meant. Scram! So before Marnie can make it to the pumpkin, the evil force from earlier finally returns to stand there and talk.
To reveal ourselves as we really are!
Calabar? What can I say? I'm shocked. Hey man, you gonna do something or you're just gonna stand there? Okay, yeah, gotcha. Just keep standing and yelling, bro. I'm sure it'll work out in the end. Oh, well, I guess not. Remember, kids, curly-haired people never win. So with everyone unfrozen and Calabar, well, I guess he's just kind of sleepy now. Now things can finally go back to normal.
Do not underestimate me, Agatha.
Oh, well, guess I sure was wrong. Okay, so are you gonna do anything about it this time?
ruler of both worlds!
No? You sure? Positive? I mean, you have the most powerful talisman in the world, you know, you could just... forget it. So Calabar is defeated for real this time by a pretty mean hand-holding session. Luke turns ugly, don't question it, and everyone lives happily ever after. Well, you know, except for the fact that there's 3 more movies. Something tells me there's a lot more shenanigans to be had in little old Halloween Town. So does Halloween Town hold up 22 years later? No. God, no. No. Hell no. But I still think it's a pretty fun Disney movie to come back to every Halloween, even if it is really cheesy. It's certainly a lot better Halloween content than whatever the fuck this was. Like most early Disney Channel original movies, the nostalgia factor is just really high. It's full of that late 90s, early 2000s charm that I'm just a sucker for. So I really can't hate this, as dumb as it can be sometimes. If anything, I think Halloween Town has taught us all that there's nothing really in this world worth being scared about. Take it back. I take it back. The world is scary. Oh. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and I hope every single one of you is having a spooktacular Halloween. Unless you're watching this after today, in which case, guess you're just shit out of luck on that one, huh? Well, either way, I have more videos linked right there, so maybe check them out or something. I don't know. Kinda cool.